how much everything cost in the 1990s, you'll be shocked. The 1990s weren't just about dial-up internet, VHS tapes, and Saturday morning cartoons. They were also a time when everyday life was dramatically more affordable. From food shopping to rent, from movie tickets to petrol, the prices people paid in the 90s now feel almost unreal. In this video, we take a deep dive into what everyday items actually cost during the 1990s, and why so many people today feel shocked, even nostalgic, when they see the numbers. Whether you lived through the decade, or are discovering it for the first time, these prices tell a powerful story about how much the world has changed. Everyday shopping in the 90s. Walking into a supermarket in the 1990s didn't feel like a financial gamble. A loaf of bread often cost well under $1, typically ranging from 50 to 75 cents. Milk was affordable for most families, with a gallon averaging between $2 and $2.50. Eggs were so cheap, they were barely noticed in the weekly budget, with a dozen often found for under $1. Name brand cereals, the kind that came with a toy inside, rarely went above a couple of dollars per box. Grabbing a snack didn't require much thought or money. A can of soda from a vending machine cost about 25 to 50 cents, and a classic chocolate bar was usually just 50 cents. Fast food was genuinely fast and cheap. Burgers commonly sold for 99 cents, making it easy to feed a group without breaking the bank. A full McDonald's meal, complete with fries and a drink, rarely broke the $4 mark, making it a regular treat for families. Even coffee, before it became a handcrafted artisanal lifestyle, was something you could grab for under $1 at a local diner, typically just 75 cents. Grabbing a slice of pizza on the go was another simple pleasure, usually costing just $1 or $2. Transportation and fuel getting around in the 1990s was a completely different financial experience. The most noticeable difference was at the petrol station, where gasoline averaged between $1.10 and $1.40 per gallon. This made road trips an affordable adventure for families, without the stress of fuel surcharges or hidden fees that are common today. The cost of vehicles themselves was also on another level. Public transportation was equally accessible. A single bus fare was often around $1, and monthly public transit passes could be bought for just $30 to $40, making the daily commute manageable for almost any budget. If you drove into the city, parking meters were a minor expense, charging just 25 cents per hour. Maintaining your vehicle was also far less of a burden. Car insurance was significantly cheaper than it is today, and routine maintenance, like an oil change, often cost only about $20. The entire ecosystem of transportation, from buying a car to filling it up and parking it, was built on a scale of affordability that seems distant now. Housing and utilities. The dream of home ownership felt much more attainable in the 1990s. The average home price hovered around $120,000, which, combined with the interest rates of the time, meant that monthly mortgage payments were often under $800. For those who were renting, a one-bedroom apartment averaged a reasonable $500 to $600 per month in many cities. Property taxes were also significantly lower, further reducing the financial pressure on homeowners. Managing household expenses was a simpler affair. Utility bills were much lower, partly because homes had fewer electronic devices constantly drawing power. The era of juggling multiple streaming subscriptions didn't exist. Instead, a single cable TV package cost about $30 a month. Long-distance phone calls were notoriously expensive, but they were also optional, and many people just avoided them. Basic local phone service was a standard, predictable expense, costing around $20 to $30 monthly. As for the internet, it either didn't exist for most households, or was just beginning to arrive as a cheap dial-up service in the late 90s. Far from the essential, high-cost utility it has become today. Entertainment and lifestyle. Having fun in the 1990s didn't require a massive budget. A trip to the cinema to see the latest blockbuster was an affordable outing, with movie tickets costing between $4 and $6. For a night in, you could head to Blockbuster and pick up a new release video rental for just a couple of dollars. Music lovers could buy the latest album on CD for about $12 to $15. Going to a live concert to see your favorite band was also within reach, with tickets averaging between $25 and $40. The world of gaming was just as accessible. New video game consoles like the Nintendo 64 or PlayStation launched at prices under $300. A far cry from today's launch prices. If you wanted a quick gaming fix, you could head to the local arcade, where games still cost just a quarter or 50 cents per play. Other simple pleasures were just as cheap. Magazines covering your favorite hobbies or celebrities cost only $2 or $3. A full day of family fun at a theme park could be had for under $40 per ticket. This affordability extended to everything from toys, which were manageable on a single income, to the general feeling that living a full and enjoyable life felt simpler and far less expensive overall. What shocked you the most about 1990s prices? What do you miss? The cost of living, or the simpler times that came with it?